Syracuse Orange fans, can you feel the heat?
Cuse Nation, how are we doing, people? Welcome to another edition of Orange Heat. My name is Giovanni Heater. As always, thank you so much for joining me. Man, I missed you guys. I missed you guys a lot. I had a real busy week going on, and I know I missed some episodes in between that I even wrote out. I even planned on doing, but didn't get a chance to actually record them and post them out there. So I'm so sorry to all you guys out there. I know I got some avid watchers and listeners out there, so thank you guys for sticking around. We got a good show for you here tonight, so definitely stay tuned. It's a little bit of a lengthier one. We got some more stuff to go over, but hopefully you guys can bear with me through it all. So, as I said, I had a busy week. I had auditions for the school musical, which was great because I was the first sophomore in a while to land such a big role. I'm playing Davey in Newsies, so very exciting. Me and a lot of my close friends are going to be doing that, so that's going to be a great time. That's why I haven't been around. I've been so caught up in that world in that regard. But I also have one more thing before we get going. I know last episode it was brought to my attention that I said something along the lines of Mac McClung dunks pretty good for a white boy or something like that, and I think I even said not that it matters, and it doesn't matter. So I just wanted to go out there, apologize for that. Wasn't thinking. I'm thinking about taking that video down altogether, not exactly sure, so I'm sorry to anybody out there that I offended with that. It just kind of came out, and it wasn't okay, and I know it wasn't okay, and so it happened, and forgive and forget, right? Right. All right, let's dive right into it. Orange Heat, we got a great episode. We're going to talk some Syracuse football to start it off. Syracuse, as we know, we're gonna have a little bit of an easier day going into this Camping World Bowl. No Will Grier. Will Grier's not going to play against us. I feel a couple different ways about it, but I understand because you got to think this guy's got millions of dollars in a career on the line. And yeah, he loves his team. Yeah, he's very invested in the university and everything, but I can understand why he's not playing in this game. Matter of fact, if our quarterback was in this position, I would understand it. So you just got to look at the bigger picture. He's got his whole life ahead of him as far as a career in the NFL goes. They're saying he's going to be a pretty good pick in the draft, most likely. So why risk it, It's going to allow West Virginia to see what they have to offer next football season. It's going to allow Will Grier. He's going to be on the sideline and everything. He's just not going to play as long as one of their offensive tackles as well who's looking into the draft. So just comes down to he's got millions of dollars at stake, and why risk it? There's no need for him to play in this game. The season's technically over. They set their mark, and it's not like they're playing for the college football playoffs or a national championship, so I understand it. And, yeah, I'm disappointed that we're not going to get to play the famous Will Grier West Virginia offense that's been so deadly all season, but at the same time, I'm almost excited because, guys, I'm kind of writing this off as a win here for us, and that's going to get us to 10 wins on the season, so that's really exciting. As you guys know, we're going to have a full, in-depth, full-blown West Virginia bowl game, Camping World Bowl preview, prediction, blah, 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 blah. We'll get that to you probably. Let's see, we go on break this weekend, so probably this weekend. Give it a week before the bowl game, or maybe a little bit closer, maybe right around Christmas. We'll get that cooking up. So definitely stay tuned for that. But some more stuff on the football team. Dino Babers got his contract extension. Beautiful stuff. We're not exactly sure the amount or the year. I saw some predictions that say $4 million through 2022. So right there, that's 4 years. And regardless, exciting. Extended. That means we're going to be seeing Dino Babers on the Syracuse sideline for the future to come. The burden's kind of lifted. We're a little bit less nervous. I was actually on Midler. I want to say it was on Midler. There was a sign that some company, it was like a yardscaping company, they actually put this up. And it was a picture of Dino, and they must have just paid to do this. It said, "All I want for Christmas is," oh, never mind, we already got it. So, good stuff there. Dino Babers is going to be wearing orange for a while, guys, and that's super duper exciting. We were really nervous about that for good reason. He's a great, terrific coach. A lot of schools are looking for a coach right now, and I wasn't personally too worried. I felt like he's really sold on this university and this program, but he certainly proved it by signing that contract extension. And really, this is such kudos, as I always say. Kudos is like my term apparently on this show. Such smart planning and development by John Wildhack, our athletic director. He's doing this right before they offer the ticket sales for season tickets. That's huge. Those sales probably skyrocketed because of that. It's a great Christmas gift as well. And also, it's huge for recruiting. We know the National Signing Day coming up here shortly, and the early signing period. And this is huge to do it right before, to have Dino Babers do the extension and everything like that. That's big for recruiting. It's big for the fan base. It's big for everything. So just the timing could not have been more perfect. And he really kept it under wraps for a long time as well. A lot of reporters and stuff had asked him about that. He didn't say anything. He just said when he felt the time was right, clearly the time is right. And they opened up that discussion, and it ended very well for a Syracuse fan like myself and all of you. I'm just excited, all in all, for this bowl game. It can't come soon enough. I feel like it's been almost a month without Syracuse football. And, come the 28th, a Friday night, we're going to get a beautiful game in Orlando, Florida. It can't come soon enough. I'm sad that college football is almost over. I love college basketball, but our basketball team has been, So this football game can't come soon enough. Can't wait to see us get to 10 wins and everything like that. Super, super exciting. Another tidbit of information, I just got it yesterday. Abdul Adams and Tristan Jackson, they're going to be both bowl eligible. So they're eligible to play in the Camping World Bowl. Obviously, Abdul Adams, the electric running back, transferring from Oklahoma, and Tristan Jackson, the wide receiver, transferring out of Michigan State. Two very, very good football players, 4-star athletes coming out of high school. And technically you have to do a full year cycle before you're eligible to play in a game. Well, their full year cycle ended last week. So they're 100% eligible to play in the Camping World Bowl. I'm interested to see if Dino Babers is going to do that. He came out and said they were two of the best. Abdul Adams was the best running back over the spring practice because they are able to practice, just not participate in games. And Tristan Jackson was the best wide receiver. So that's just exciting. Going into next season and everything, that's something special right there. When you think about the good players we had this season, those guys were even better. Let's just hope that production keeps coming. I don't think you're going to see him a ton in the bowl game. I think you're going to see a lot of the seniors, a lot of the guys that have developed this throughout the whole year. But I think if the game's in hand, throw him in there, because then you're getting a preview next season. I think you could see Tommy DeVito in that situation as well. So just exciting stuff there. And I'm really excited for those two studs next year because, man, those are great athletes right there. Abdul Adams and Tristan Jackson. Good stuff. Diving into Syracuse basketball. Okay, now I wrote this out before the Georgetown game happened. Okay, actually after the Georgetown game happened. So I wrote this out right after the Georgetown game happened. So let me go through and give you my whole spiel. I'm sad because the excitement's not there right now like it was when I wrote this out. But I'm going to try and deliver it with as much excitement. Syracuse, huge win last Saturday night, 72-71 over the good old arch rival Georgetown. So good stuff there, taking down the Hoyas. We started out the game terribly, besides Elijah Hughes' big three to open up the game. Really, we started out the game awful. The halftime score was 35-22. Shots just weren't dropping in the first half, but we turned it around. And that's the biggest thing with this team. We seem to always be able to do that. We always underperform in the first half, but we really turned it around in this ball game. But talking about the first half, 1 for 14 from the three-point arc. 1 for 14. That's a scary number right there. It's kind of disgusting, but I'm trying not to get down on our team as much. So let's take a look at the good stuff. We were severely out-rebounded. Really quick. I know this is a negative, but 35-45 is how bad we were out-rebounded, so not terrific. Tyus Battle led the comeback with 26 total points on the night, including the big game winner with around 2 seconds left. Drilled it from 2. He came down. I saw Merrick Dolezaj wide open. I was thinking, no way he shoots this. Puts up an ugly-looking shot. I think he was looking for the foul maybe, and I was like, no. All right! Woo! So, I was thinking when he's putting it up, I'm like, what are you doing? Don't do that. And then it drops. So that's just Tyus Battle, and, not going to complain too much because it went in and it won us the ball game. Tyus Battle played 39 minutes, and he was 8 for 18 from the field. So not a great performance out of him, actually. That's a great performance. I was going to say not bad, but that's a pretty good, solid performance out of Tyus Battle. Clearly leading this team, leading the comeback when you needed it, stepping up big time, as we've seen him do so many times. We've seen him do it over and over and time again. So thank you, Tyus. Thank you very much, Tyus Battle. Yes. Elijah Hughes also had a solid performance. 15 points on the night. O'Shea Brissett tallied off 12 as well. Pascal Chukwu, 8 points. Making me eat my words continuously. Thanks, Pascal. You must be listening. But he does need more than 3 rebounds. Okay, 7'2". We need you to get more than 3 rebounds, big guy. That's all. That's my only complaint there, Frank Howard, only 4 points. He still hasn't found his stroke from the 3-point arc. 0 for 3 on the night there. He only played 17 minutes, and I think going into the Old Dominion game, I was really hoping for a good week of rehab out of him. And as we'll get into, it didn't really show. So, man, I'm waiting for him to click. I'm waiting for this big standout performance, this big eye opener out of Frank, and I'm just not seeing it. And it continues to get more disappointing. So come on, Frank. All right. Merrick Dolajai having some nice hustle plays out there. He had a nice tip in off of a missed battle jumper, so just good production out of him. No Boeheim action. Only 2 minutes in the game. No points or anything like that. No assists. Nothing on the box score. Jalen Carey played 23 beautiful minutes. Only 3 points, but he just has a good presence out there. He's a good leader on the floor, I think, especially for a freshman. There's a new kind of energy when he's out there. It's different. And he put up 4 assists as well. So he plays great defense, I think. He got down the floor. He blocked a big shot. He hit a really timely 3 when you needed it. It rattled around for a while. But, hey, 3's 3. You get the home court roll right there. So good stuff out of Jalen Carey. As a team, we backed down a little bit. We were shooting really poor at the beginning of the season. Then it got a little bit better. And now it went back down again. Only 29% from 3 as a team and 43 field goal. 63% from the line. That could get a little bit better. Not terrible, but it could be a little bit better. Those are the freebies, as you know. I think Jim Boeheim, our head coach, is the king of halftime adjustments. He's done it time and time again. It just continues to make these adjustments and lead these crazy comebacks because, yeah, the players will do it, but you can't do it without the coaching. So kudos to Jim Boeheim, the legend. The shots, really, they fell in the second half. So that's a huge plus. We forced 15 turnovers, so that was really good. We turned it over 9 times. We forced 15, so the press really worked when we were trying to grind out a comeback. The 2-3 zone looked good. There's so much heart in this team. You could see it. You could see it in that Georgetown game. You could see it in the Ohio State game. I always want Tyus Battle with the ball in that last second situation. Some people said they wanted O'Shea with it. Some wanted Frank, which I was really surprised. Some Hughes. I could see Hughes. I could kind of see O'Shea. But if there's one person I trust more than anyone in that situation who's done it so many times, it's Tyus Battle. I think Elijah Hughes is the most consistent shooter on this team. But if there's someone to make that clutch moment, I want it to be Tyus Battle because we've seen him do it so many times. It seems like he's the most trustworthy with the basketball in that situation. All in all, it was a really good and entertaining basketball game. Simple as that. It was just fun to watch. And that's why we love Syracuse sports, and that's why we love it. They're fun to watch. That's why I love college basketball and college football. Throwing it out there, I don't like the NBA at all, and I kind of hate the NFL too. So college athletics is my game. I love Saturdays. I love watching college football, college basketball, any day of the week I'm watching. So it was just an entertaining basketball game. It was just fun to watch. Just made you happy. I mean, if we lost, it wouldn't have been fun to watch. But just watching the second half was so much fun. The Dome was awesome. The Dome was really loud. So that was great. Elijah Hughes continues to look just really good. And looking at Georgetown, this is a good win. because Georgetown is a very good team in my opinion. Patrick Ewing's doing a great job with recruiting. He's pulling in a lot of young talent like Matt McClung and who hit some big shots, by the way, in this game. Jesse Govan, their center, I think he's an NBA talent type player. He's got a great offensive presence in the paint, and he also has some great interior defense. So I think Jesse Govan is a really, really good quality athlete. He moves really well for his size. He's their leading scorer. So, those are expected. He can shoot the three, which is what you want to see out of a big man in the NBA game a lot now that we're getting towards the modern era. I think this is a team that's a Big East title contender. They're just really, really good. Think about the Big East this year. You got Xavier, you got Creighton, you got Butler, you got Villanova, but Villanova's kind of struggling a little bit. They put up a close fight against Kansas the other night, Saturday, but Villanova's kind of struggling a little bit. So this Georgetown team can make a case for the Big East championship, in my opinion. And talking about that buzzer beater, we almost lost this game, folks. That was real close. That was inches away from sinking, and it was almost like that Kentucky Seton Hall game. If anybody saw that last weekend before the Syracuse game, that game was nuts. That game was insane. If anybody saw it, and it almost reminded me of that. That shot almost went in from half court, but thank God it didn't. Right? I also just to throw this out there, I really loved Dan Schulman calling the game. I, as you guys know, want to go to school for sports broadcasting, and I think he's one of the many voices of college basketball. I think college basketball, I'm thinking Dick Vitale. I'm thinking Jay Billis. I'm thinking Dan Schulman. I'm thinking Bill Raftery. I'm thinking Gus Johnson. So it was just cool because, I love when the big-time commentators do a Syracuse game. It just makes it a little more special. It's a big game when someone like Dan Schulman's on the call that night. So that was really cool. I love that. I love that guy's voice. He really knows what he's talking about. Great legendary play-by-play announcer for college basketball, in my opinion. All right. Now, this is my preview for Old Dominion. So I do want to share what I expected coming into the game. And we all know what happened, and we're going to go over that in a moment. But I want to share what I expected. So what I thought Saturday at noon in the Dome, I was thinking, woo, we're 25 in the nation. Let's go Cuse, We were tied with a couple other teams, which is ridiculous, but we were 25 in the nation, back in the rankings, and then the game happened. And there's a couple memes out there of a guy walking in the door, putting his hat and his coat on the coat rack, and then turns around and picks it back up and walks back out the door. That's how quick our stay was in the top 25. But don't worry, guys, we're gonna be back. We're gonna be back. The non-conference is always tough, so we're gonna be back. Don't you worry. I'm thinking we got a week off for finals going into this game. I'm thinking this is gonna be good. We're gonna be ready. And I knew Old Dominion was no pushover. This is a team that was on the brink of an NCAA tournament appearance last year, and I knew they were a quality basketball team out of North Carolina, but I still thought we were gonna have a decent win. ESPN gave us an 86% chance to win. They were heading into this game at 7-3. They had lost to Northern Iowa pretty bad. They had lost to Oregon State, and they got blown out by St. Joseph's. So some tough, bad losses there. They had only played one game away from home all season. Their leading scorer, Ahmad Carrere, averaged 19 points a game, but he was only 38% chance from the field, so he clearly took a bulk of their shots. If he's putting up 19 and only shooting 38%, clearly he's their guy. And I was thinking if we could shut him down, it should be an easy dub, but not the case. Another decent guard, B.J. Stith, he played insane against Syracuse. And the thing with him, man, he had 0 points going into halftime, and we let him score 18 in the second half. We let him score 45 points on us in the second half. That's pitiful. So that was rough. I thought we were going to win the interior battle, but we didn't. We had a height advantage, but we didn't. We got out-rebounded by 3. They were only averaging 65 points a game compared to our 72, and they're allowing 57. So we knew they were a defensively sound basketball team, just like us. And that's the biggest thing with this game is they played some really, really good defense on us. Last year, they went, for a 24-win season and barely missed the NCAAs, as I said. and they returned a lot of their players. So I was expecting a decent team, but I still thought we were going to come away with an easy dub. I was thinking a low-scoring defensive battle. I was thinking Syracuse was going to come away with a win. And I just thought we had to take some smart shots. I knew their offense was going to struggle, and it hasn't played that great all season. I knew it was a good defensive team, and I thought we were going to hold them under to 50. I thought because of their poor offense and our such good defense, I thought we had the capability with a slow defensive game, clearly burning out all of the shot clock, each possession, long possessions. I thought we could have held this team under 50. Wasn't the case, clearly. My prediction was a 68-52 Syracuse win. I was thinking no tacos. You got to get to 70 points for the tacos, but not even the case there. And I was thinking, man, sweep this out. We're onto a very good Buffalo team, ranked 14th in the nation. Going into that game, 8-2. I was thinking we play them Tuesday night at the Dome. It's the biggest game at the Dome so far. So I was getting really excited for that. I was thinking Buffalo's a great squad. They got a good guard, C.J. Massenberg. I was thinking that, we're going to get right into that all excited after Saturday, and it just wasn't the case. And going into this Old Dominion game, really, really dissecting it, getting right into it, it was bad. We lost 68-62. We played terrible. The shots didn't fall, going 33% from the floor. I just felt like the heart wasn't there. Sometimes watching a game, you just know. Like the Georgetown game, I felt it. You could feel it in your heart. We're going to win this basketball game. This is our game. We're going to win this. We're playing well. We're making shots. You just have the feeling. And throughout the Old Dominion game, I couldn't help just look down at the ground and shake my head, and I never really felt it. I never really had that feeling going in my heart, and that's rough as a fan. So those are always tough games, But looking at some of the positives, I think Elijah Hughes is the most consistent player on this team. I think he's arguably the best. You can make an argument for Tyus Battle. But I think Elijah Hughes, he put up 15 points again. He's averaging 15 a game. So he's only had that one low-scoring game where he put up 4 against Cornell. So, he was 4 for 9 from the field. He put up 2 3-pointers and made them. So, Tyus Battle scored 23 points, but he was only 5 for 14 from the field. So he's taking a lot of shots, not sinking a lot. He did get to the free throw line a bit. I think you need more out of O'Shea. He was a double-double machine last season. He consistently put up a double-double almost every single game, and he's not doing it. Only 3 of 11 from the field, 9 points here in this game. Pascal, man, you were making me eat my words, but tonight, 0 points. And Barama Sidibe put up 0 points as well. No inside scoring from the bigs whatsoever. That can't happen to win a basketball game. That can't happen. Frank Howard, he's not finding his stroke with the jumper whatsoever. He needs to drive to the inside, I think. He needs to get to the hole. It's really unfortunate because Jim Boeheim said the best basketball he had seen him play in his entire career was over the summer before the injury. He said he'd never seen Frank Howard play that well. He was making every shot. He was getting to the hole. He was playing good defense. And then the injury strikes, and he goes through a minor surgery, and all that goes downhill. And it's really unfortunate. I think he's playing a little timid. I think he's afraid to drive. He injured it driving. So I think he's afraid to re-injure himself again. And I think he can also feel Jalen Carey on his back, breathing down his neck, saying, hey, man, I'm here. You better perform well. And that adds pressure that he never really had before. But here are some things, in my opinion, that we need to improve on. We need more production out of the center position, clearly. We need more Merrick Dolezaj. I think Merrick Dolezaj, for a little bit, he can play the center position. Not long, because they'll start to figure it out quick. But we need some quick scoring on the inside. I think he's your guy. He hustles his heart out. He's not that small. And I think you got to see more Merrick Dolezaj. He can't be playing these 13, 14 minutes. Let's get him in there for like 30 minutes or so and really see what he can do. I think we need more Jalen Carey as well. Frank, if he's not performing, don't hesitate to put Carey in. Carey brings this whole other presence to the floor, I think. It's not necessarily a leadership role, but it's excitement. He hustles. He's up and down the floor. He's always active. He pulls down rebounds. He's just all over the place in a good way. I think Elijah Hughes needs to take more shots. He only put up 9 in this game, and he made 4 of them. He's consistently hitting big shots, and he's consistently has a nice stroke, beautiful stroke. And let's take more of them. 9 shots. Let's double that. Put up 18. That means you might make 12 of them. That's really good. I'll take that all day. Don't be afraid, Hughes. Put up some more shots, Biggie. And let's see what happens. I think he's got to take more shots. I think we need more hustle on the boards as well. We've been out rebounded pretty bad in the last 3 games. Need more production on the boards. You can't win a game if you don't win the rebound battle most of the time. So, looking at something else in basketball, I do want to throw this out there real quick. It's a little tidbit. Quade Green is transferring out of Kentucky. So Quade Green, he had a great freshman season for the Wildcats. I don't know if he's just not getting along with Calipari or the coaching staff or what's going on there. But we originally recruited him pretty heavily to come to Syracuse. He did end up going to Kentucky. And we are now back on his board. Now that he's opened up his recruiting, we're back on his board. I know he just took an official visit somewhere. I think it was Villanova this past week. But we're on his board, and let's see what happens. I say we should recruit him and see what happens. He's a pretty good, I believe he's a forward. So exciting stuff right there. So, now looking at Buffalo. Okay, this is a big, big opportunity here. This is certainly a winnable game, in my opinion. This game can possibly wipe the Old Dominion game, just wipe that clean slate. Okay, they could just wipe it clean right there with a big win here. I think this is a must-win in some circumstances come tournament time because it would look really, really good on our resume to beat an undefeated team at the Dome this late in the non-conference. ACC is creeping up right here, and we already got 3 losses. Four would be tough, especially 2 of them being on home turf. This would be a big win right here. I think we got some big keys to the game here. I think one of them is play solid defense and force bad shots late in the shot clock. That's huge. If we can play good defense and force them to take unnecessary shots late in the shot clock, shots that they don't want to take, that's perfect right there. They're not going to score those as consistently. I think we also need to score points in the paint. Less 3-point attempts. Got to get the ball inside. Hughes can drive. Carey can drive. Battle can drive. O'Shea can drive. This team can drive. Get it to the inside. I know they're playing tough defense, but we got to get the ball to the inside. And we got to take those shots. Get ourselves to the free throw line. That's where you put up points right there. I think we got to move the ball more. Use our shot clock. Don't put up a shot so quick sometimes. Use the shot clock. Play till deep in it. Move the ball around. Get it to the inside. And that's crucial right there. We got to convert from the free throw line. We've been struggling there a little bit lately. We've been struggling, and we got to convert from the free throw line. That's huge. That's really big stuff right there because those are freebies. You got to put them up, and you got to make them from the free throw line. 60% isn't enough. Let's get that to like 80 or something like that, Right here, this is a really good Buffalo team that shoots it consistently really, really well from the free throw line. We got to win the rebound and the turnover battle. And just looking at Buffalo a little bit, this is an opportunity to shake off some rust. Buffalo's coming into the Dome. They're going to tip off at 8 p.m. on Tuesday. That's going to be on ESPN2, so you'll be able to watch that pretty easily. Buffalo's ranked 14th in the nation, and they're undefeated. As I said, C.J. Massenberg's leading this team, 17 points per game, and he's 50% from the field, so good production out of him. This team's shooting 86% from the free throw line, and we struggle there, as I said. So, they're putting up a lot of points here, 85 points per game compared to our 70. We got to score the basketball, and we got to play solid defense because 85 points per game, that's a lot of points, man. They put up over 100 quite a couple times here this season. They're a really, really good team. They're defensively sound, only allowing 67 points a game. We're allowed 63. So pretty even there. And on paper, they're just a better basketball team. They're moving the ball really well. 19 assists per game. We only get 10. So we need to move the ball much better. As I said, that's a key to the game. We gotta get everyone else involved. We gotta move the ball better, more consistently. Because we can. We just gotta find better passes, find the open lanes. Surprisingly, ESPN's giving us a 65% chance to win this ball game. I think that's mainly in part to the fact that it's on home turf in the Carrier Dome. I think that's the biggest reasoning for that. As I said, play good defense, force shots late in the shot clock, score in the paint, less three-pointers, move the ball more, use the clock, convert at the free throw line, win the rebound and turnover battle is absolutely huge. Prediction right here. Syracuse is going to win this game 78-75. Clearly, we got to score the ball in order to beat this team because they score a lot of points. I think our defense will hold them to 75. We got to score in order to win this basketball game. I'm never going to vote against our Orange. So I got 78-75. Think we'll get it done. I think it'll be a little bit of a wake-up call compared to the Old Dominion game. They'll get it together. They always play on the big stage really well. So I'm excited to see what happens. I know Buffalo's going to score. I know they're going to play good defense, and we just got to prove that we're the more dominant team, that's all I got here, guys. Add the Twitter @GeoHeater. Add the Instagram @GeoHeater. Thank you guys so much. You guys are the best Syracuse Orange fans out there. You're the best college athletics fans in the nation. Syracuse, love it, love it, love it. Can't love it anymore. I also got something going on, guys. Gonna have a giveaway going on. I got this really sweet Otto pillow, and it's all SU, and it's really cool. I saw it the other day, and I was like, gotta get this and throw it out to my fans. So what I'm gonna do, once I hit 100 subscribers on YouTube, we got 72 right now. Once we hit 100, we're going to get something going. We're going to do a random selection type thing. Everyone can enter in the contest or whatever. And I'm going to draw it right here on the show. I'm going to ship it to you. I'll mail it to you. You'll get that sucker in the mail. It'll look nice in your man cave or whatever we got going on here. We got some additions here if anyone wants to see. My dad's been going all out. All these football cards here are all football and basketball cards, all autographed here by some legends. We got Lawrence Moten, John Wallace, some newer guys like Rakeem Christmas, Benajay, Chandler Jones autograph card, Ryan Nassib with a piece of his jersey in it, Rob Conrad, Malachi Richardson, Tanar Jackson. So cool stuff. We got a ton more. We're in the middle of filling up a whole nother one, ton more cards. So we're geeks. At some point, we'll get a full thing going on, full tour of the basement because this is clearly the man cave. We got it all going on over there. Autographed jerseys, game-worn jerseys, pictures, blah, 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 you name it. So I'll put one of those out there sometime, but we love it. We love it. So if you want to make your man cave look pretty sweet, we're going to do that giveaway with that pillow, and it's going to look pretty nice. So actually, my grandma, guru at sewing, she hooked it up. So, yeah, guys, that's all I got. As I said, add the Twitter @GeoHeater. Let's get this big win. Tuesday night, please. We got to beat Buffalo. Got to beat Buffalo. Got to beat Buffalo. UB, in-state rival. We got to prove we're the dominant team in New York. Yeah, let's go Orange, baby. Wow!
Thank you for listening to Orange Heat, done by pursuing sports broadcaster and high school student Giovanni Heater. You can find him on Twitter and Instagram @GeoHeater. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more Syracuse athletics and Orange Heat action. Let's go Orange!